Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving deep into the murky waters of South African politics. You know, that place where the sharks wear suits and the only waves are waves of corruption. We're talking about the big fish, the ones who think they're above the law, the untouchables, the ones who make headlines for all the wrong reasons but somehow always seem to slip through the cracks. Buckle up, because today, we're exposing the top 5 untouchable elites behind South Africa's corruption. Get ready to be outraged, because trust me, you're going to need a whole lot of shocked face emojis for this one. First up, we have the man who needs no introduction, the former president himself, Jacob Zuma. A figure as polarizing as he is charismatic, Zuma's tenure as the leader of South Africa was nothing short of a roller coaster ride. His rise to power was marked by a blend of populist appeal and political savvy, making him a formidable force in the African National Congress. Now, Zuma's relationship with accountability is like my relationship with vegetables. We just don't mix. Despite numerous allegations and charges, he always seemed to slip through the cracks, leaving many to wonder if he had some sort of magical immunity. From the infamous showerhead scandal to allegations of state capture, Zuma's presidency was like one giant magic trick where billions of rands disappeared, and no one could figure out how. The showerhead incident in particular became a symbol of his controversial and often baffling public persona. He always had this uncanny ability to dodge responsibility, like a seasoned veteran of the blame game. Court appearances, postponed, investigations, stalled. It was as if he had a playbook for evading justice, a strategy that kept him one step ahead of the law for years. It's enough to make you wonder if he had a secret stash of get-out-of-jail-free cards hidden somewhere. His legal team was always ready with a new tactic, a new delay, a new reason why he couldn't possibly face the music just yet. But hey, at least he provided us with some top-notch entertainment, right? His antics, whether intentional or not, kept the nation and the world watching, often in disbelief. I mean, who can forget his signature chuckle, always delivered with a straight face, even when caught red-handed? That laugh became a hallmark of his public appearances, a reminder that he was always in on the joke, even if no one else was. It's like he knew something we didn't. Perhaps it was his confidence in his political allies, or maybe it was just his sheer audacity. Either way, he carried himself with an air of invincibility that was hard to ignore. Or maybe, just maybe, he was laughing at the audacity of it all, the fact that he could get away with it. His ability to shrug off scandal after scandal was almost surreal, leaving many to question the very fabric of the justice system. For years, it seemed like he did. His supporters remained loyal, his influence remained strong, and his presence loomed large over South African politics. It was as if he was untouchable, a political Houdini who could escape any trap. But as they say, every dog has its day, and the chickens, well, they eventually come home to roost. The legal battles, the inquiries, the mounting evidence, it all started to catch up with him. The once unassailable Zuma began to face the consequences of his actions, proving that even the most elusive figures can't outrun justice forever. Next up, we have the family that makes the Kardashians look like amateurs when it comes to drama and influence, the Guptas. This family, originally from India, moved to South Africa in the early 1990s and quickly rose to prominence. They didn't just aim for wealth, they aimed for power, and boy did they achieve it. Now these guys were like the puppet masters behind the Zuma show, pulling the strings from the shadows. They had an uncanny ability to place themselves at the center of power, making sure that their interests were always protected. They were the ultimate power brokers, whispering in the ears of politicians, securing lucrative contracts, and basically treating South Africa like their own personal piggy bank. Their influence was so pervasive that it seemed like nothing could happen in the country without their say-so. They had their fingers in every pie, from mining to media, and they weren't afraid to use their influence to get what they wanted. Their business empire spanned multiple sectors, making them a formidable force in the South African economy. They even had their own airport, for crying out loud. This wasn't just a symbol of their wealth, but also of their audacity. They operated with a level of impunity that was almost surreal. Who needs Uber when you can just fly private? Their lifestyle was the epitome of luxury, and they made sure everyone knew it. From lavish parties to extravagant homes, the Guptas lived like royalty. But their reign of influence came crashing down faster than you can say state capture. The term state capture became synonymous with the Guptas, as investigations revealed the extent of their manipulation and corruption. Their shady dealings were exposed, and they became international fugitives, fleeing South Africa with their ill-gotten gains. The once untouchable family found themselves on the run, their empire crumbling around them. It's like a Bollywood movie except with less singing and dancing and a whole lot more corruption. The drama, the intrigue, the fall from grace, it had all the elements of a blockbuster. But the consequences were all too real. The Guptas might have escaped justice for now, but their legacy of greed and manipulation will forever be etched in the annals of South African history. Their story serves as a cautionary tale of how unchecked power and corruption can bring a nation to its knees. Now let's talk about Ace Magashule, the former premier of the Free State province, a man whose name has become synonymous with political survival. Despite being embroiled in numerous scandals, he seems to have a Teflon coating when it comes to accusations and controversies. He's like that one kid in school who could get away with anything, always managing to slip through the cracks and avoid serious consequences, leaving a trail of chaos and confusion in his wake. His tenure has been marked by a series of incidents that have left many scratching their heads. From the Vrede dairy farm scandal, where millions of rands meant for poor farmers allegedly ended up in the pockets of his cronies, to allegations of widespread corruption and maladministration during his tenure as premier, the accusations are numerous and serious. Magashule has been a constant fixture in South Africa's corruption headlines. His name is almost always mentioned whenever there's a new scandal. But despite facing numerous charges and investigations, he has managed to navigate the treacherous waters of South African politics with remarkable skill. Even as the legal noose tightens around him, he remains a formidable force, often emerging unscathed from situations that would sink most politicians. He's managed to hold on to power, even ascending to the top ranks of the ruling ANC party, a testament to his political acumen and resilience. His rise within the ANC has been nothing short of meteoric, and it raises questions about the inner workings of the party and its tolerance for controversy. It's enough to make you wonder if he's got a portrait of himself hidden somewhere, slowly aging in his place while he remains eternally youthful and untouchable. His ability to remain unscathed by scandal is almost legendary, making him seem untouchable and perpetually young in the political arena. But hey, maybe he's just really good at his job? Perhaps his skills and effectiveness as a leader are what keep him in power? Or maybe, just maybe, there's more to this story than meets the eye. The layers of intrigue surrounding Ace Magashule are deep and complex, and only time will tell what the future holds for this enigmatic figure. Next up, we have the firebrand politician who loves a good soundbite more than he loves paying his taxes, Julius Malema. From his days as the fiery leader of the ANC Youth League, where he was known for his controversial rhetoric and lavish lifestyle, to his current role as the head of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Malema has never been one to shy away from the spotlight. He's been accused of everything from hate speech to corruption, and his financial dealings have been the subject of much scrutiny. But despite the controversies, Malema remains a popular and influential figure in South African politics, known for his charisma, his ability to connect with the youth, and his unwavering commitment to economic justice, even if his methods are sometimes questionable. He's like the Robin Hood of South African politics, except instead of stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, he's accused of stealing from everyone and giving to himself and his cronies. But hey, at least he keeps things interesting, right? Last but not least, we have the woman who single-handedly managed to run South African Airways into the ground, Dudu Myeni. As the chairperson of the state-owned airline, Myeni presided over a period of unprecedented financial mismanagement and corruption, costing the South African taxpayer billions of rands. She was like a bull in a china shop, except the bull was wearing a power suit and the china shop was the South African economy. Despite numerous allegations of wrongdoing and calls for her removal, Myeni clung to power with the tenacity of a barnacle on a whale, seemingly untouchable thanks to her close relationship with, you guessed it, Jacob Zuma. Her reign of terror at SAA is a cautionary tale of what happens when cronyism and incompetence are allowed to flourish unchecked. It's a story of greed, mismanagement, and a blatant disregard for the rule of law, a story that unfortunately is all too common in South Africa. So, there you have it, folks. the top 5 untouchable elites who've turned South Africa's corruption crisis into a spectator sport. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments who you think should be held accountable for South Africa's corruption. Because remember, sunlight is the best disinfectant, and the more we shine a light on these issues, the less likely they are to happen again.